Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to another show. Much better, isn't it? We're seeing the sunrise. Told you I missed it. It is cold AF outside, but we don't matter. You could say that we're crazy about the weather. Oh, speaking of crazy, we're actually reviewing a movie called Crazy in Love. So, Crazy in Love is a movie that a lot of people worship. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's so good, bro. Can't believe you never saw that." Then I finally watched it. And to me, the movie was okay. Of course, we get it. Ryan Gosling, fucking god. But Emma Stone, now she's a looker. She's a freaking looker. The film, to me, the film was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was more leaning on the bad for a simple reason. Well, some of the things I liked. It's actually funny. I mean, we saw, how often we saw a movie where the main character is a divorced guy who's been married for all his life and now he's back on the market to get some girls and he doesn't know what to do. We saw it with Itch. We saw it with Itch. And this one wasn't as good as Itch. See, Ryan turns out to be like this, and it's actually really cool. Like, there's really good moment. For example, Ryan Gosling character, like, it's phenomenal. Like, you realize that this guy's a player, but then realize that nobody ever gave a shit about him. That's why they stopped giving a shit about people. Nobody that he cares about give a shit. And then when he meets the girl, which is Emma Stone, like, oh, you know what? She's cool. But she's cool because she's the only one that gives a shit. You know what I mean? And even when they meet and she's talking about begging and you can tell that it's not her. And he's like, okay, well, that's cute, you see? So he's not a total asshole. He is, once again, leaning on being an asshole, but he's not an asshole. I think there was a lot of funny moments. For example, the fact that I think it was the fact that the Steve Carell character, which is technically the main character, fucked the teacher, and the teacher was so mad at him that she made their son pay. That was funny. The fact that the babysitter, she's in love with the father, and the son loves her. That's also funny. See, the thing with this movie is there's so much going on that is kind of confusing. It's, when I say kinda, I mean it's really confusing. For example, right? So the whole movie, the babysitter, and I get she's gorgeous, right? And she's this teenager that is taking care of another teenager, I guess. The teenager has a crush on her, and always like, yo, you're too young, you're too young, you're too young, you're too young, right? And then she's in love with the father, and she takes naked picture of the father. So the whole time she's like, oh, you're too young. But in the movie, she gives her the naked picture of her, and like, wait, what just happened? Or the example of the girl that Ryan Gosling fall in love with is the daughter of the guy he taught to fuck women. And it's kind of funny because that's actually bad. That's actually a bad plot, but it's actually a really good idea. So, for example, right, the Steve Carell, he wants his daughter to be happy, which is admirable. But then he meets a boyfriend, and you know the boyfriend is an asshole. The only reason you know that the boyfriend is an asshole because Steve Carell asked the guy, make me an asshole also. Know what I mean? So you're judging someone who's teaching you to be like him, and you're like taking notes. You're taking notes, which is weird. There's also not a mention of her. There's not a mention of a older daughter. It's not a mention of. There's never a mention. You're like, oh my god, it's a daughter. And you would think that in weeks of training, you would have asked, hey, you have one kid? You have a daughter? Also, the wife, the fact that she cheated in the beginning. So the fact that she cheated is... it's weird. It's weird because it seemed like it wasn't planned. It seemed like, oh, we weren't in love. I fucked somebody else. We weren't in love. All the rest of the movie, she's in love. And then when the guy said, hey, I fucked 9 girls, she's like, oh my god, you fucked 9 girls. And the most genuine reaction isn't, or the most showcased emotion is she's angry at Steve. Or she's jealous, or she's, I don't know. It's complicated. It's a crazy, stupid love. And because he fucked with so many girls. So I believe more in you being angry that he fucked some girls that you wanted to get back with him, which doesn't really make sense, right? Because the bigger plot isn't that he fucked girl, is that you guys are getting a divorce. You wouldn't have fucked a girl if you were getting a divorce, but if there was no problem, you wouldn't have cheated on him. So it's a constant cycle. Who started what? What was the egg? What was the chicken? Right? By the way, if somebody asks you, just say a little something. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Always say the eggs. So what happened was two species of bird fucked, procreated, created a baby. That baby was an egg. There you go. You're welcome. So I think it's a good movie. I think it's funny. It's weird. The plot also is weird because you got the character of Steve was like, bro, my whole life was this wedding. Now I don't have this wedding. What am I supposed to do? And you get the feeling that the plot of the movie is him finding himself. But then the more the movie ends up being, the less he knows about himself. And the more, but at least the like character of Ryan Gosling know himself. I think as an actor, it's weird to say, but Steve is a good character, but this character wasn't good. It sucks. It actually sucks. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So okay, movie not the best. Sorry.